Is it a crime for Bayern Munich to just score 2 and rest? It's either 4, 5, 6. They can even go as far as 7, 8, 9.
Incredible, Austin. But it's for obvious reasons. The competition in Germany is not really there. They're in a world of their own, so they can do whatever they like.
Well, it's not that way in the English Premier League, and we'll prove to you that
let's talk something more serious.
Look at Liverpool and Arsenal, Manchester City, even to an extent Manchester United, Tottenham. They are all fighting for the top 4 finish. That's a league that is competitive.
No doubt, Austin, and that's why it's the most popular in the world. And you made mention of Liverpool. Yesterday, they did what they had to do against Swansea, which was getting 3 points. They didn't play well at all. Actually, in the first half, it was all Swansea. But in the second half, Liverpool raced the game a little bit, and they got the goal courtesy Jordan and Anderson. It was a very fortunate strike, a deflection that he didn't really know much about. But then they all count. 3 points is what matters now, and that was their 5th win in a row for Liverpool, and the push for the top 4 continues.
That's it.
2 points behind Manchester United in 4th place now.
And I like the word you use, fortunate Liverpool, and in fact, a lot of people made it simple and said lucky that they were lucky. But Brendan Rodgers is not saying that Tayo. After that game, he's coming out to say Liverpool can actually beat Manchester City to 2nd place, pushing away Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester United, and he's saying they can beat Manchester City to finish 2nd.
Yeah, why not? Why not, Austin? Great run of form for Liverpool. Like I said earlier, they've won 5 in a row now. That's just incredible in a very tough Premier League. So I don't see any reason why Liverpool can't aim higher. But then they have to they shouldn't get ahead of themselves at all. It's all about the top 4 for them now, and they're still behind Manchester United. They're 5th right now, and behind Man U, who are in 4th. So it's all about taking one step at a time. If they can go past Man United, then they can start looking up.
Very competitive, because the same Liverpool will still play Chelsea. And just to let you know that they haven't won 25 points in their first half of the 2012-2013 campaign. They have gained 36 points in the second, losing just 2 of their final 16 league matches. So Liverpool and Brendan Rodgers matching on. But let's leave the English Premier League and still talk about that cup that is competitive, the FA Cup. We saw this replay, and then it was a rush for Reading.
Yeah, absolute rush, absolute annihilation by Reading there. Good one for Yakuba Egbeni's side. So they will now go on to play the Arsenal in the semi-finals at Wembley. So it's a very good one. I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans are licking their lips already. But you know what they say about football,
And that's it. With the FA Cup, it's all about upset.
Exactly. So it's an opportunity for Reading to really make their mark, and I won't be surprised if they actually take Arsenal, if they give Arsenal a run for their money.
Not if, they will definitely give Arsenal a run for their money, because if you look at their record, for them to beat Bradford City, the Giant Killers, took out Sunderland, took out Chelsea, and now they're out of the championship, courtesy of Reading. You shouldn't underrate that.
And they've got a coach that has been there, has done it, and he's done it before. I'm talking of Steve Clark. He's won it as a player and he's won it as an assistant manager under Jose Mourinho. So it shows you that might just be an advantage for Reading going into that game against Arsenal.
That's it. Steve Clark will have a lot of history to tell his players. Hey guys, this is the most lucrative competition in England. You can go on to upset Arsenal, the defending champions, and then win it. But for Arsenal, guys, they're not looking after the FA Cup for now. They have won it last year. They can win it again. But the big one is the UEFA Champions League. Remember, Arsenal having a long, long road to go, because they lost the first leg at the Emirates Stadium by 3-1. Tayo, will that be their undoing?
Austin, usually when you're playing two-legged competitions like this, it's always important you don't lose it in the first leg. And I think it's safe to say Arsenal may have just lost it in the first leg. Losing at home by 3-1 against Monaco, no one really saw that result coming, but then it happened. And right now, the Arsenal have to go to France to score 3 unreplied goals to have a chance of qualifying. That sounds like an uphill task. But then football, these things can happen, because on that day when they actually hosted Monaco, it wasn't as if Arsenal didn't create chances. They actually created chances, and Olivier Giroud had a poor day at the office, and he didn't take his chances. So Yeah, you have to say, you really have to say it's going to be very tight for Arsenal. Very, very difficult for Arsenal because
Monaco will be stupid to just let go of their
exactly. Yeah, they're in a very good position right now, and I'm sure coach Leonardo Jardim, all he has to do is set up his team to play counter attacking style today against Arsenal, which means we saw in the first leg they're very good at it. They scored 2 of the goals straight from the counter.
That's it, Tayo. They were just said to themselves, let's let the Gunners run. They make the mistake, we get the ball and we score, and that's what they did.
And that's what they did. And this time around, it's even going to be a lot better for them now because Arsenal will be chasing the game from the very start, and that might just expose them at the back. And now for a solid coach like Leonardo Jardim and his team, they have a very good record in the Champions League. They've not considered this season at home at all. So it shows you the defensive side of things, they're well organized. And Arsenal, I don't know what's going to happen today, but I know for sure it will be very hard for Arsenal to overturn the deficits.
You know what? By tomorrow morning, we know what happened to Arsenal. Mission impossible for the Gunners. I want to talk to Arsenal fans this morning. Do you think Arsene Wenger's team can travel to France and upset Monaco? I want to talk to you on Twitter, our channels _sports.
Yeah, Austin, it's possible. There's no doubt. But will it happen? That's a different question entirely. It's all about Arsenal. The key will be Arsenal taking the chances because, like I said, in the first leg, they had a couple of chances where they didn't take. But this time around, if they can't do it, then they will have a chance. But then we all know right now they're not really the favorites going into the game. We have other matches for today. Atletico Madrid as well to playing at home against Bayer Leverkusen. I'm sure a lot of people expect Atletico to overturn the deficit and go on to qualify. They've been very strong at home in recent times, and so I wouldn't really put it past them qualifying for the quarterfinals.
We'll leave the Wednesday fixtures. We'll come back to talk about it tomorrow. But right now, Arsenal, they need all the confidence in the world to take on Monaco. The captain, Mertesacker, has been speaking ahead of that clash. Let's listen to what Mertesacker has to say about that game against Monaco, and then we'll come back. We'll talk. Stay.
There were a lot of things that went not so well, and especially few decisions were not going for us. So that is a mental thing for tomorrow, you know, that we know we're first leg. We wasn't really up for it mentally as well from the start. You could feel that, and at times we could feel that there was a bit of a pressure and we couldn't cope with that. But we feel like, especially after that game, we moved on and improved a lot. So that's why we are very confident that we can, even away from home, we can beat any team in the world.
What else do you expect from Mertesacker? Tayo, that's the only way he can, you know, should I say, put some more confidence into the team?
No, yeah, as a captain, he had to come out like, we really had to come out like that, very confident. So hopefully that confidence really spreads across the team, and they go to Monaco and try to, you know, get 3 goals but unreplied. That's a very tough one for the Arsenal. I can't wait for the match at all. But Austin, before we move on from football, yesterday Gus Poyet was sacked by Sunderland. It's been a long time coming actually, and everything accumulated in what happened against Aston Villa, where they lost at home. Scandalous performance. But what we're hearing today now is Dick Advocaat has been appointed until the end of the season.
That's
it. It remains to be seen how he's going to pick up that Sunderland side right now. They're very short on confidence and ensure they don't get involved in the relegation battle. Actually, they're in the relegation battle already, just a point above the drop zone.
Tayo, you know what? I'm not going to take that type of job.
But you have confidence you can do it.
No, I'm just going to say, guys, get off this tummy waters and then let's
talk next season.
Okay, let's leave football now and talk about boxing. Remember, guys, we've started the Let's Get Talking campaign for the Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao fight. Tayo, who's talking this morning?
Oh, Julio Chavez, legend, absolute legend in the game, man. It's coming, like I said, it's going to be a lot of these boxers coming out to state their opinions, and also it's not really a surprise for me now that Julio Chavez has come out to say he's going for Mayweather by decision. That's what he's going for. I can understand why Mayweather, scientific fighter, he knows how to pick his spots and all that. So yeah, that's his own opinion. Though. So it's not going to. Everybody's got their.
Doesn't change yours.
It doesn't change mine. It doesn't change Oscar De La Hoya's, and it doesn't change Miguel Cotto or Freddie Roach. But that fight, for me, it's going to be a cracker because Mayweather, as we all know, is very scientific with his style. He does a lot of running in the ring. He doesn't really stand to fight a lot, you know. So for him to actually have a chance against a boxer like Pacquiao, then I think he should alter his style. That's my own opinion. I think he should alter his style because like this man right here throws a lot of punches. I was reading yesterday, he actually throws 39 punches in 13 seconds. That's amazing. How do you do that?
Massive. Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. Let me just read what Julio Chavez says. He's being a bit political. He says, my heart says Pacquiao, but if I had to bet, I would bet on Floyd Mayweather. Pacquiao is so hungry, so eager to beat Mayweather. I see these as a tough fight for Floyd. But then again, it says Floyd Mayweather will win. That's it. That's where the final whistle goes off on this edition of Sports This Morning on Channels Television. But remember, you can keep talking to us on Twitter. We're Channels_Sports. We're getting loads of comments. We'll read those comments tomorrow on the program. And on Facebook, we're Channels-Sports. That's it on behalf of this team and the ever-dedicated sports team at Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okonakwan. Go tell somebody that Season 7 of the Channels National Kids Cup has kicked off with the Lagos Preliminaries. And as you do so, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.